Hello and welcome back to my yoga channel now. Today is day 5, and a lot of people here in Singapore is getting locked down at home. It's not a call a lockdown, but we call it a circuit breaker. Just just so that everyone out there knows. Basically, you're not allowed to use any. Basically, they just close the workplace, shopping malls, only the essential stores are open, and you're not allowed to even eat outside anymore. It's as good as a lockdown, basically. Alright, today we will work with the hip. We'll try to go into hip to ankle, and I'll give you some variation to go into it. You will need a block. And our intent today is to brighten the spirit. A very fun intent to work with, actually. Alright, let's start the class. Sit up tall and close your eyes. Yeah, put your hands onto your knees and sit up really, really tall. Open up the spine and simply allow the breath to flow through you. Slowing down the breath and slowing down your thinking. Working with the intent of brightening the spirit is a way of overcoming all these emotions that you're feeling when you are stuck at home. I understand that a lot of people go into depressive mode, sadness, boredom. So you can start easy by breathing in a way that brightens you inside. Like, just feel for how the breath goes into the body, and you feel that, that freshness of the breath that energizes you. Start there. Then as we go through our days in this circuit breaker, learn how to make choices that builds your own luminosity. So make choices that brightens you up. For example, if you're stuck at home, you might be telling yourself like, oh my god, when is this going to end? Instead of going into that thought, just be grateful. Think about what you are grateful for from this circuit breaker, of this being in this situation of being stuck at home. For example, for myself, I am grateful for being able to spend time with my pet dog. If you have seen my dog in the video before or somewhere on my Instagram, yeah, I haven't been able to spend time with them so much, so that is one way that I look at it to help me brighten up. Open up your eyes and come into a seated side bend with left leg straight, right foot. If you're less flexible today, right foot goes towards the groin. If you are more flexible people, right foot goes towards the back. Left hand on the inside of your left calf. Reach right arm up. Take a huge inhale. Lift spine up and away from the pelvis. Exhale, come down. Just go to where your body allows you to go. Don't struggle when you go into poses. As we come into poses, just feel for how you are breathing right here. Can you breathe in a way that brightens you up? Or you can, one way that I visualize this is when the breath goes in, to me, I light up like a light bulb. And coming into a neck release from here, the top arm goes beside your ribcage, hovering off the ground. Take a huge inhale. Lift the arms away from your shoulder. And exhale. Relax your left ear towards the left shoulder. feeling for a stretch from the back of your ear all the way down to the top of your shoulder. So if the stretch is too intense, just gently come up a bit. Just a gentle, nice little stretch here to the neck. Then use your hands to pull your torso back up. Left hand pick left side of the head up. Switch over towards the other side. So right leg straighten up. And left leg bent towards the butt. And for those of us who are struggling here, come with the heel to groin. Right hand inside, left arm up. Take a huge inhale, lifting chest up. Exhale, come down. Now close your eyes here and go inside. Feel for how the breath energizes you as you inhale. Coming into neck release, the left hand goes beside your left ribcage, hovering off the ground. Take a huge inhale. Lift your left arm away from your left shoulder. Exhale, relax right ear towards right shoulder. And use your hands to pull your torso back up. Right hand cradle right side of your head up. Come down onto your back for straddle lifting through. I'm gonna face this side of the room so you all can see what's going on. Have your legs straight up skywards. Take a deep inhale into the pelvis. Then exhale, open up into straddle. Interlace your hands in front of your face. And then put the hip onto your palm. Point your elbows up skywards. The head stay up throughout this whole exercise, so don't come down. Especially you, if you're watching this, don't come down. Take a deep inhale, lift head and shoulders up. Exhale, curve tailbone up, straddle your feet far apart and pull belly down towards the spine. If you don't know how pulling belly down towards spine feels like, think of yourself in front of a mirror and you want to look super slim. Pull belly into the spine. Huge inhale, lower the pelvis down. Exhale, scoop tailbone up, straddle feet far apart, activate the feet and pull belly down towards spine. Huge inhale, lower pelvis down. Exhale, scoop tailbone up, straddle feet far apart and pull belly down towards spine. Huge inhale, lower the pelvis down. Exhale, scoop tailbone up. Straddle feet far apart. Squeeze your sit bone muscle and pull belly down towards spine. Inhale, lower the pelvis down. Exhale, curve tailbone up. Straddle the feet far apart and pull belly down towards the spine. Inhale, lower the pelvis down. Exhale, scoop tailbone up. Straddle the feet apart and pull belly down towards spine. Inhale, lower the pelvis down. Exhale, scoop tailbone up. Straddle the feet far apart and pull belly down towards spine. Inhale, lower the pelvis down. Let's do one more for you. I know you definitely will come down. Exhale, scoop tailbone up, straddle the feet far apart, and pull belly down towards the spine. Inhale, lower the pelvis, lower head down. Use your hands to help your legs back up. Roll over to the right and pick yourself back up. Come into dolphin. Elbows. Come down onto elbows and your knees. Grab hold of your opposite bicep to measure the distance between your arms. Then parallel the arms in front of you. Those of you with shoulder injury, clasp hands in front of you. Huge inhale. Lift upper back. Turn on your chest. Turn on your armpit. Exhale, straighten up the legs. Take a huge inhale, lifting your ribcage away from your shoulder. Pelvis away from the ribs. Then exhale, send the heels towards ground. Now coming into one leg up. Ground down to your right heel and pick left leg up. Feeling for how you use your strong legs to lift you off the ground. Instead of dumping all the way down, lift up. Lower left foot down. Inhale, pick right foot up. Exhale, lower right foot down. Lower your knees down. Now coming into fresh prep. Left elbow stay down onto the ground. Come out onto your right hand. Right hand, the palm, move behind, back. Just move it behind towards the middle of the mat. And check out whether the elbows is on top of your wrist. Then once you got that, turn on your armpit muscle. Take a huge inhale, lift upper back. Then exhale, straighten up your legs. Come up into fresh prep. Push strongly with your forearm, left forearm, and your right hand. Activate through your chest muscle and lifting your tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale to ground the heels down if that is available for you. Strong, if you are a little bit stronger today, lift left leg up. Exhale, lower left leg down, come down. Now, switch over towards the other side. So right elbow down towards the ground, left hand to the middle of the mat, elbows on top of your wrists. Turn on your left armpit. Take a huge inhale, broaden across your upper back. Exhale, straighten up your legs. Big inhale, push elbow, hands into ground, turn on chest. Exhale, lift pelvis up and away from the armpit. And if you're stronger today, lift right leg up. Exhale, lower right leg down, lower your knees down. Come up to the front of the mat for sun salutation, alternating with B series. Hands to your heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Lunge, left foot, step back, lower left knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plank. Lower down into modified chaturanga, knees down. And come all the way down, pulling your shoulder away from your ear and away from the ground. Inhale, cobra, lift ribs. Exhale into down dog. Lunge, left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Step the back foot in, let the upper body hang. Inhale, roll up, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale into chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, scoop chest forward. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank. And lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Warrior one. Inhale, right foot forward in between hands. Arms up. Exhale, plank. Lower into chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Warrior one. Inhale, left foot forward in between hands. Arms up. Exhale, plank. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knee, step or jump forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale into chair. Exhale, stand up, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Lunge, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plank. Lower down, modified chaturanga, knees down, come all the way down. Inhale, low cobra, lift the wrists. Exhale into down dog. Lunge, right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back foot in, let the upper body hang. Inhale, roll up, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale into chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, scoop chest forward. Exhale, hands down, step jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale into down dog. Warrior one, left foot forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plank. Lower into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Warrior one, inhale, right foot forward. Arms up. Exhale, plank. You know what's coming, move through your vinyasa. Bend your knees, step or jump forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen spine. Exhale into forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand up, hands to heart center. Now we're coming into B series with 3 pose vignettes. So if you haven't heard of me saying this, vignettes is 3 poses linked together in a very intelligent way. Alright, let's see how that looks like. Come to the front of the mat, hands to heart center. Inhale into chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, scoop chest forward. Exhale, hands down, step, jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Come into archer, warrior two. Inhale, left foot forward in between hands. Come up into warrior two. And exhale, left arm on top, right arm below, going into an archer arm. Just linking the fingers behind you. If that is not possible today, yeah, I almost fell off the post. If that is not possible today, this is the third time I said that. Hold on to your shirt, or you find a small towel, hold on to the small towel. Whew. Coming into cassowary is a big bird from Australia, and the maxim of the pose is that this bush bird is able to get out of sticky or stuck situation using the bone that is on top of the head. Alright, let's go into the pose. Inhale, lift chest up. Exhale, bow forward in between thighs. Huge inhale into your legs. Exhale, send elbows down towards the ground. Release and come into head to ankle prep. Right hand about 1 foot away from the right foot. Then left hand goes into the inside of your thigh on the near the hip crease. Take a huge inhale. Press left palm into left inner thigh to straighten up the elbow and arc the ribs. Exhale, traction thigh bones towards the front of the room. Feel for making space in your left hip as you pull the thigh out of the joint, out of that space in between the hip joint. And gently release, step back into the plank pose. Low down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog cobra. Exhale, down dog. Archer warrior 2. Inhale, right foot forward. Come up into warrior 2. Exhale, right hand goes on top, left arm goes below. So again, if you cannot interlace the fingers, cannot link the fingers, grab hold of your clothing or a strap or a towel. Huge inhale into your legs. Turn on your sit bone muscle. Feel for the inner thigh here pulling inwards together. Exhale, relax your shoulders here. Going into cassowary, inhale, lengthen up the spine. Exhale, come down. Feel your strong legs holding you up here as you lengthen the crown of the head down towards the ground. Release and come into head to ankle prep. Left hand 1 foot away from the left foot. Then right hand on your right inner thigh. Take a deep inhale. Press right palm into right inner thigh. Straighten up the right elbow, arcing your ribs. Exhale, traction thigh away from the hip joint. Release. Step back into down dog. Eagle warrior 2. Inhale, left foot forward in between hands. Come out into warrior 2. Exhale, left hand on top of right into eagle. Take a huge inhale here. Lifting your elbows away from your ribs and up. Exhale, head down towards your bicep. Opening up the back of your heart here. And the back of your neck. I use this pose here to help you breathe into yourself and how you can use the breath to light you up like a light bulb. Coming into Emu, inhale, lengthen up the spine, and exhale, come down in between your legs. Huge inhale into the hips, and exhale, slide left thigh away from your hip, so you can feel the space that you are creating in between the joints there. Hip to ankle, stage 2. Walk your hands behind you. Crown of the head going down towards the ground. Your leg don't change. Continue to lift butt up. Exhale to lengthen up the spine, sending crown of the head down towards the ground. And release. Plank pose. Lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Eagle warrior 2. Inhale, right foot forward. Into warrior 2. Exhale, right arm on top of left into eagle. Huge inhale. Lift elbows away and up from the chest. Exhale, lower hip down towards bicep. Coming into Emo. Inhale, lengthen spine. And exhale, bow forward. Breathe in into the hips here and slide the right thigh forward. While we make space in the joint for the body to calm down. Release and come into head to ankle, stage 2. Walk hands behind you. Take a huge inhale into the hips. Exhale, lengthen, curve the head down towards ground. Release and step back to down dog. Coming into half moon. Inhale, left foot forward in between hands. Left hand goes in front of the left foot and move it a little bit towards the left. Now, if you need to make this pose a little bit easier for yourself, let me get my block. Now, take a block, put it in front of you, put left hand onto the block. The hand and block goes underneath your shoulder. So if it is not underneath the shoulder, readjust the block. Leave your right leg up. Leave your right arm up into half moon. For those of you who are feeling a little bit more advanced today, come into a quarter moon, bend the back knee and grab hold of the back foot. Coming into vertical splits. Both your hands down to the ground in front of your foot. Turbo dog your arms like you're squeezing a block in between your elbows. Turn on the armpit muscle, turn on your chest. Exhale, send right foot up towards the sky. If you need to modify this pose, just come into this. Lift the chest up, the back foot can just hover off the ground a little bit. Release, come down and come into pyramid pose. Step the back foot down. Readjust your footing so you come into like a warrior one stance. Hands can be on both sides of your feet, of your foot, front foot, your shin, on your thighs. It can even be on the block. Take a deep inhale here. Lift belly away from the hip. Exhale, come down. Release and step back into plank pose. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog cobra. Exhaling, downward dog. Half moon. Inhale, right foot forward. Right hand in front, towards the side, towards the right hand side. So it's diagonal to your right foot. If you need to use the block, use the block. Come up into half moon. Oops. Alright. Now once you're up into half moon, for those of us who are stronger, come into quarter moon. Bend the back knee and grab hold of the back foot. Pull the heel to butt so it opens up the front of your thigh instead of going back into a back bend. This is a thigh opener and it's not a back bend. Release and come into vertical splits. Hands down towards ground, lift back foot out skywards. Relax to your neck here. Release the back foot down, come into pyramid pose. Readjust your footing into warrior one. And from here, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, come down. Take whichever hand variation that you need to make this pose accessible and easier for yourself. So instead of going into that, oh my god, I cannot do this pose, I cannot do that pose, I suck, I'm not flexible enough. Learn how to make choices that brighten the spirit. You can say things like, I'll get there someday. Release and step back to down dog. Twisting triangle. Inhale, left foot forward in between hands into triangle, into pyramid. Then from pyramid pose, right hand down, left hand up, into twisting triangle. For those of us who are a little bit stronger or more flexible, right hand goes outside of the left pinky toe side. And for those of us who are a little bit struggling in the pose, put the block underneath you, right hand on right block. Right hand on the block and leave left arm up. Coming down into nomad's pose is similar to half splits. So lower back knee down, straighten up the front foot. So instead of the foot flexing back like that in a half splits, press the four corners of the front foot down into the ground, and we call this the nomad's pose. Hands beside the front foot. Inhale, lengthen up the spine. I forgot that it's called a foot. Then exhale to come down. So there is very few yoga poses that stretches out the front of your ankle like that. And I've been talking and I've been mentioning that my friend Terrence have an issue doing this. So Terrence, this is a very good pose for you. And Terrence haven't watched my video yet, so he did know that I am calling out his name so many times. Release house splits, nomads pose, and come into pigeon pose. So in pigeon pose in Forrest yoga, the left knee is coming straight up from the hip socket. So when I look at you from the front, the knee is actually in front of the hip, not towards the side. Now take a deep inhale down into your pelvis. Exhale, send back thigh away from the hip. So you feel this strong energy reaching with the back foot away from the hip. Very different way of working with pigeon pose here. It's about creating space in this joint here and the front of your thigh. Release and step back into plank pose. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Twisting triangle. Inhale, right foot forward into pyramid. And from pyramid pose, left hand down on the ground, reach right arm out. Make adjustment to the pose so it is accessible for yourself. Release and come into nomad's pose. Lower back knee down, straighten up the front foot, front leg, flattening four corners of the front foot down into the ground. Hands on either side of the shin, can be on a block if you are already feeling like you're dying inside. Don't die. Take a deep inhale, lengthen up the spine, and exhale to come down. Release and come into pigeon pose. Take a huge inhale here. Create space in the spine. Exhale, send back thighs away from you. Release and step back to down dog. Coming into twisting pigeon twist high. Inhale, left foot forward into pigeon. And once you settle yourself down into pigeon pose, walk your body over towards the left so the elbows goes outside of the thigh. And for some of us who are more flexible, you can come onto your elbows, make a fist with your right hand, and press left palm into the fist. Release and come into twisting pigeon towards foot. Parallel the shin to the front of the mat. I was going to say rigid, but I don't want to say rigid. If you're not feeling so flexible today, just grab onto the foot and move the center of your chest to the foot. Then for those of us who are really flexible, hook your right elbow outside left left thigh and left foot. Make a fist with your left hand and press right palm into the fist. So I always joke about this, that if you go for body combat class, this is the last pose that they will do. You know, this is the Kung Fu Bao. Take a deep inhale, push left elbow into left foot. Lift the ribs. Exhale, open up the chest. Release twisting pigeon and come into sleeping pigeon. This is the second time I teach in this video series. So have your shin parallel to the front of the mat. Open the shin just slightly more than 90 degrees. More flexible people can go a little bit more. Slide left shoulder underneath left knee. And then the head goes underneath the left heel. Right hand grab left ankle. And just relax into the pose here. For those of us who are a little bit less flexible, left shoulder onto left knee, head towards the ankle. You might be up here, it's fine, but feel for what's going on at the back of your thighs and your inner groin. Release and press back into downward dog. Twisting pigeon towards thigh. Inhale, right foot forward. Coming into pigeon. Exhale, left elbow outside right thigh. Then, for more flexible people, make sure there's padding underneath your elbow. Put right elbow down towards the ground. Make a fist with your left hand and press right palm into left fist. Huge inhale, lift ribs. Exhale, twist. Release, coming into twisting pigeon towards foot. Parallel, right shin to the right, to the top of the mat. I'm getting yoga brain. I cannot remember where's my leg anymore. Inhale, reach right arm up. Exhale, hook right elbow outside right foot. Less flexible people hold on to the foot, moving center of chest towards foot. Release and come into sleeping pigeon. Open knees up more than 90 towards the front of the room. Slide right shoulder underneath right knee. And the head goes underneath the hip. And gently release. Step back into down dog. Come down to your knees. You might need the block for the next pose. So because we're coming into head to ankle and then moving into some other poses as well, but head to ankle might be your pick pose for today. I'm going to show you how the full head to ankle looks like first. We'll enter from kneeling, is because this pose entering like that is easier. Now the first step of head to ankle is actually to have your head bowing down near the ankle, right? So if you are really tight in your body and your head stay up like that, there's no way for the head to go under. So first stage is aiming for elbows down onto the ground, head down. Second stage, move right shoulder underneath your right thigh. I'm doing it on the right side to show on the camera. Then left hand grab right ankle. Exhale, hit close to the ankle as much as you can go. Then final stage is actually to move your head past the ankle on exhale. This way, head down. And if you are okay, you can get up onto your back leg. Hands can be on the ground, or if you are a little bit more stable, hands goes onto your back and interlace the fingers behind you. Let's stay inside for 5 breaths on each side. And there's a little trick here also to go into head to ankle is you use a block. Step the foot onto the block. This makes it easier to go down because there is a lot more space for your body to move around. So from here, you can start to work towards head to ankle that way. Remember, if all this looks very advanced for you, you can always take a lizard pose, or we call it Maine Coon stretch, because a cat from the Maine Coon species show Anna how to do this stretch. Come down to your forearm this way, then leave the back knee off the ground. And inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Okay, so pick whichever variation that you are doing. For those of us who are doing head to ankle, you can come with me. Step left foot forward, right knee down. Take whichever level that you are at and stay there for at least 5-10 breaths. Release that side. Step back to down dog. Then right foot forward. We try on the right side. Release and come on down. Now for those of you who No other variation of hip to ankle to play with. You can go ahead and play with whatever hip to ankle poses that you are more flexible and you are able to do. And the rest of us, we are going to end the class. Come into a standing forward fold. Interlace your fingers and put it right at the back of your skull. Then have your forearm beside your jawline. You can put your belly onto your thighs. Then as you exhale, relax your neck. And just allow the weight of the arms with gravity adding onto it to help your traction open the neck. And gently release. Come down onto your back for Shavasana. You straighten legs up towards the front of the room, arms by the side of your body, palm facing up skywards. Relax your feet down towards the side and start to let go of your body. Feeling for the weight of your arms and your legs on the ground. Allow the ground to carry you. Because when you allow the ground to carry you, you'll be able to let go more. If you need a longer Shavasana, please pause the video. If not, we are going to get up. Take a deeper breath. Bringing awareness back onto your arms and legs. And gently roll over towards the left and use your hands to pick yourself back up. Gently. Once you sit up tall, hands to the heart center, bow the head slightly down towards your heart. Continue working with what brightens your spirit. Make choices that allows you to bring energy and light into your life. So if you just think of what the kind of question that you ask yourself, and that is a very good indication of whether you are bringing light into your life or you are actually trapped in darkness. Some people are actually addicted to darkness. I bow to light in you. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. Bye bye.